Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. How is everybody doing out there? What's up? What's up, man? Let me know how I sound. Hey, man, I'm here for the people. I'm really not here to like watch this Xbox Gamescom. Like I didn't even know it was happening until about 30 minutes ago. I lie to you not. I had no idea this was even happening till 30 minutes ago. But I did say I'm a like be more interactive with the people. You know, I said I'm gonna interact with the people more. I'm a live stream more. I'm gonna upload more. So you know, I'm sticking to my commitments. So this is just for me to spend time with y'all. This really isn't about Xbox because someone told me that there's not even going to be like any like reveals or anything like that, which is not surprising because it's Gamescom. It's pretty much going to be them replaying things we've already seen, but you know, it's just like a repeat promotion. That's what they're going to probably treat it as. I mean, but it's Gamescom. I don't think I've ever like really been impressed by anything that's been revealed at Gamescom. I'm pretty sure I've never been like impressed by anything at you know from Gamescom reveals, so I'm not expecting that now. Definitely not expecting that. What up, Alex? Appreciate that, man. I tried to get my setup proper, this time around. It was pretty good last time, but I could really do what what I wanted with it since I had to have a little man cave now. So shout out to Xbox. Big shout out to Xbox, man. Hold on, let me do something with OBS real quick. Real quick. I've even started using like OBS Studio mode, which is, a way for you to like take production to a new level. Yeah, I've been seeing like the transitions and the stingers and all that stuff. And like studio mode is like you can edit a scene before you move to it. I've even been doing that. So that's actually what I'm trying to do right now, trying to add something to a scene before I switch to it. Add existing. No, that's wrong. This is a window capture. Add existing window capture. Oh, but I can't see. I can't actually see it. Oh, well, I'm just gonna switch to it and then fix it. Hmm. Studio mode, window capture. Why is the window capture not showing? Oh, I'm an idiot because it's window capture. It's not supposed to be window capture. It's supposed to be screen capture, display capture. That's why it wasn't showing before. But what's going on with y'all, man? Rule breaker, what's up? I enjoy your content so much, Kenneth. Man's calling me by my government name. That's crazy. That's wild. Man, acting like he knew me from like way back in kindergarten when we was putting blocks up together. That's crazy. Man, acting like he been in the back seat with me in the in the car seats when we were babies. That's wild. BG a Sony fanboy. I don't know where y'all get this from. I love Xbox. I really do love Xbox when they make good games. when they make good games. That's the qualifier. Hopefully my cat ain't on stream. She gonna show up. She gonna show up. She always shows up. We got a whole half hour, and I wasn't really doing nothing besides playing games. I was like, man, I could spend some time with the people. I could stop by. I was playing Scarlet Nexus over here. Go by. Went home with a chick in Montreal, and she had the same cat as BG. Well, them women in Montreal must have great taste in pets. Darkest Hero, thanks for blocking me. No problem, man. Listen, sometimes I unblock people. Yeah, well, sometimes I block people. Y'all know why. Y'all know why I block people. I'm very generous when it comes to blocking. I will say that. Like, do I block people for I would say minor offenses? Possibly, but it may be minor, but I think it's justified. It's nothing personal. Like when I block people, I don't really think it's personal. I don't see it as nothing personal. It's just a necessary move I have to do for me. How many games I beat so far this year? I mean, listen, it could be like 5 or 6. I think it's like 5 or 6. Right now, I'm playing Scarlet Nexus in 12 minutes. Scarlet Nexus. So, Scarlet Nexus is kind of like the Resident Evil situation where it's two sides, and like the credits do roll once you finish one character's side, but you're not getting the complete story, I guess. But technically, once I beat one character side, I beat the game. But there is a new game plus, because it's weird, because when I start the new game plus with the second character, this is weird because usually when you start a new game plus, it's the same character, right? This new game plus apparently makes you continue with the second character, but I'm like, are y'all starting that character also over from level 0? I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna have to see. Hold on. Oh no, that does look like that does look similar to my cat. That does look similar to my cat. This man Bond is wild. He going home. He's stopping by chicks' houses he just met in Montreal. What if they like tried to set you up like oh yeah, this man is food. We about to set him up. We about to get everything in his pockets. You a wild boy just going to these chicks' houses, Bond. It's wild out there in Toronto. What they call Toronto? They tried to make Toronto seem really tough, and they gave it like a nickname or something like that. I forgot what it's called. I know Toronto and Montreal are different, of course, but still, I remember they gave Toronto a different name. You know how they call Chicago Chirac, and like, a whole bunch of states and stuff like nicknames for how violent they are to make it seem tough. Is there a way to buy one of those Broken Games HD shirts you're wearing right now? Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, literally scroll down. If you scroll down right below the video, you should see buy Broken Games HDR merchandise. You could literally buy this shirt. They've always been there. People haven't really been buying them. I mean, they're right there though. So I will tell you they run a little big. So just know that if your normal size is a large, then you could probably fit a medium, I think. Because I think this is a large and this is a little bit big for me, but that's how their shirts run. But if you buy the wrong size, that don't got nothing to do with me, okay? I'm I'm just clearing myself of liability. I'm just giving you a heads up. I couldn't get past chapter 10 in Scarlet Nexus. I'm up to chapter 8 right now. Chief Miyagi, what's good, BG? How you feel about the enemy design in Scarlet Nexus? I like the combat and the game itself, but the enemy types are just odd combinations for me. It's very odd. It's like the enemies in Scarlet Nexus are like the most recent generation of Pokemon, where it's like they ran out of ideas and they started making Pokemon out of chandeliers and garbage bags and DSLR cameras. Just stupid designed Pokemon. And that's literally what they have you fighting in Scarlet Nexus. Just like half unicorn, half semi trucks. Just like what? Like it's weird. Like it's very weird. Yeah, it's very strange. And like one of the problems with the game is like, it's very hard to learn enemy attacks. Like I've been playing this game for 8 hours, right? And you eventually learn the timing of enemy attacks, but this game is so chaotic, it doesn't really, accommodate that. Other games is like, okay, you know how to handle certain enemies in other games after you play them. This game is so chaotic. It's like you can't even properly time moves. And that's one I did even, I bought this game I played this game a little late. I bought it day one and I went back and because I never read any of the reviews. I usually don't. I never listen to the reviews. I just know something I was interested in. And I'm like, I wonder if anybody else complained about these issues with Scarlet Nexus. And pretty much every review complained that there's no rhyme or rhythm or flow to the combat, right? You could have great reflexes, but this game isn't based on reflexes or your timing. Like, for example, a Ghost of Tsushima, where like, you got to get the timing down for parries or certain attacks. It's not like that. It's just very random and chaotic. That's the only thing I will feel I really don't like. And they have like these group battles. Okay, they have like these battles, right? It's like almost like Naruto battles, right? And of course I say Naruto, that's the only anime I watch. But imagine like, a team of ninjas in Naruto, let's say, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura versus what's another team? What's another 3-man team? Take any of the ninjas from the Hidden Leaf or Gara, his brother, and Kankuro, and whatever the last chick's name that Shikamaru's smashing now. And imagine all of them fighting at the same time, literally at the same time. And you can't even keep track of what's happening. They put you in these 3v3s and you're like, I can't tell anything that's happening. It's this small arena, it's 3v3, and you can't tell what the hell is happening. So honestly, there's no rhyme or rhythm or method to the game. You're just you're trying to target one person, and it's just absolute chaos. Because you got people who can go invisible. You got people with fire attacks, electric attacks, and there's so much effects on screen. You're like, bro, I don't even know what's happening at this point. I'm just gonna try to focus on one person, take them down, focus on the next person, take them down, because it gets easier when you like at least take down one person. But I went down a rabbit hole talking about Scarlet Nexus. This is about Xbox and whatever y'all want to talk about. Is the Xbox YouTube? Is the Xbox YouTube account not live streaming this? Because I typed in Xbox, went to their official channel, and I don't see anything for this live stream. I'm like, are they not live streaming? That's weird. Because on the flyer, I mean, yeah, there's a flyer right here, and on their other flyer, it had the YouTube logo, the Twitch logo, and everything like that, but I don't see them actually live streaming it. Who's what? Free JK Gamers. Sir, why are you spamming? Whose mans is this? Mods, y'all wanna get that jabroni out of here? If y'all don't mind. Oh, it's a premiere. Oh, that's why. Okay. Uh, hmm. But hey man, like I said, I'm not expecting much from this. It's just some more Xbox game promotion of what we've seen before. We're not going to see nothing new, so it is what it is. Silent Roars. Hey BG, how come you don't play gameplay for the games you're talking about at the time on the podcast? We do. I do. I had Scarlet Nexus gameplay. There was Scarlet Nexus gameplay on the last podcast, and there was also that like most of the gameplay you've been seeing on the podcast is mine. The Death's Door, the Scarlet Nexus, the Phoenix, Immortal Phoenix Rising was mine. It's been most of my gameplay lately because I've had a lot of gameplay to use. More acquisitions. I mean, I thought about that. Could they announce an acquisition at Gamescom? Possibly. I think Gamescom's relevance is enough that you could probably announce a an acquisition if you have one. I don't think you have to save that for another time. You could probably announce that here if you have one. I think he means the gameplay for the topic at hand. Oh, you mean for it to coordinate with the? Well, that's hard. Well, I don't know how exactly we would do that. Like, because we don't know the order in which we're going to talk about the topics. And the video that y'all watch is pre-rendered. I that's just the video that's edited together, and then I put it in OBS and it just plays. Right? So there would be no way for me to actually, the only way for me to actually like play video based on what we're talking about on the podcast is for me to just manually like start the topics and manually insert the video while the topic is going on. And that would kind of be a lot, honestly. That would kind of be a lot because then what if it's not, what happens when I finish the topic, right? I mean, I could probably just keep playing that same video, but that's a lot to do during the podcast to be, just dragging and dropping gameplay based on the topic, and to make sure I have specific gameplay for that topic. And I rather just like submit the gameplay, use the gameplay that people have given me and the gameplay that I've recorded that I've been playing. You know, I prefer to do that. Where am I watching this? This is GameSpots. This is GameSpots. Time Splitters 4. I've never played a Time Splitters game, so I know very little about that. Elden Ring gameplay, maybe. It'll probably be like, I mean, if I don't know, if we do see it, it might be like the same gameplay with like 20 seconds difference. They do really need to release this Halo gameplay, this Halo release date though. We about to be in September. We definitely get an announcement in September. I think first week of September they announcing that Halo release date. They got to. Let me see. Showcase will be streamed out live on official Xbox channels, including Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay. So I guess it will be, but since it's a premiere, no, but premieres will still show up before. Like premieres will still show up like on feeds. That's why it's weird. Like I don't see it on nowhere on my feed. Whatever. I don't necessarily want to see all jabronis on the screen. BG, are we getting any Final Fantasy 16 gameplay this show? You mean Gamescom in general or Xbox? I'm pretty sure PlayStation has the marketing rights to that Final Fantasy game, right? Pretty sure PlayStation has those rights. And PlayStation, I mean, but that's a Square game, so maybe if Square wants to show it, if Square wants to show it, they can at their own show. I don't know. Is Square showing anything at Gamescom? I pay very little attention to Gamescom. I'm gonna be very, very real with you. People like to talk about how E3 is irrelevant. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I've always found Gamescom pretty irrelevant. Also, Final Fantasy 16 isn't even coming to Xbox, so I didn't even know that. I didn't even remember that. I honestly didn't remember that. Is it going on PC? I guess. I don't remember. I don't be remembering, bro. When am I gonna play Apex Legends, bro? I hate Apex Legends. I think that game sucks. I think that game sucks. Oh boy, here comes my cat. What? What you want? Let's see, do I have this set up? Oh, well, that's the wrong cat. I don't have the. Wait. Hold on. Oh, she's on the floor. Yeah, I hate it. I hate Apex. I think that game is so mid. I remember the first time I played Apex, and no, here's the thing. You can ask one night, and who did I play with? It was one night and somebody in the Discord. The first time we played Apex, I think we won the match. No lie, we won the match, and I had the most kills, and I was still bored out my life. I was like, this is probably one of the most boring games I've ever played. And we won the match, and I had the most kills, and I felt nothing. I was like, yeah, this game isn't doing anything for me. So, like, when you win a match, you have the most kills, and you still feel bored. Yeah, that game isn't for you. So I just and I went back and I played what is it, Apex Arena, the small maps. I went back and played that, and I'm like, this still sucks. I just don't like very. I don't know, like Apex is. I don't. It might be too arcadey for me, and I also don't like. I also don't like games where the TTK is like too high. I don't like games where like it's like, oh, the character has 100 health, 100 shield. You got to take their shield down, then you got to take their health down. Like that's way too much for me. Like that's mad shooting. Like I be watching Warzone and Apex in some of these games. These dudes will literally be shooting at one person for like 20 seconds, and like they be landing shots too. It's like they be landing shots, and I'm like, what is this? Like, why do you have to shoot somebody so much just to like kill them? I don't like games like that. Like Halo has a shield, but like you can take somebody's shield down in Halo in like 2 shots. right? It's like Halo is very like, even with that shield, like what is it? 4 shots to kill in Halo if you land headshots. If you land all headshots in Halo, what is it like? 4 shots to kill? 5? Dudes be like literally unloading the whole clip in Apex and Warzone, and still don't get the kill. I'm like, what? No, I don't like games like that. It's just corny to me. Like I just really don't like sponge, body sponge games. Yeah, I like games with short TTKs. Not too small though. Like for example, Call of Duty for me, that TTK is way too fast because that if your TTK is too short, then it becomes a game of who sees who first. The person who sees somebody else first, you're gonna get the kill, right? I don't like that. I don't like that premise. So I like it in between. To me, like Battlefield has, and each TTK and the TTK in each Battlefield game is very different. But generally, Battlefield has a perfect TTK to me. To the point where if somebody is shooting you in the back, for example, you can turn around and get the kill. If you're good, you can turn around and get the kill. Like getting shot doesn't mean automatic. Getting shot first doesn't mean automatic death in Battlefield. Getting shot in your back in Call of Duty, it's almost like a 95% death. And that's corny to me. Like that's corny. Like, okay, he saw me first, so I should be dead. That's corny. So I don't play games like that, and I don't play games where it takes, you can put something in the oven, go shoot somebody, come back, check on the thing in the oven, and you're still shooting the dude and he's still not dead. Like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. So, and I'm also not the biggest fan of first person shooters in general. So, Battlefield is really the exception for me of competitive first person shooters. Like as far as competitive go, yeah, like that's the only first person shooter I really like that. Yeah, Battlefield 3's TCK is perfect. It's like phenomenal. I didn't like Battlefield 4's. I felt like that was very weird to me. Battlefield 1's is perfect to me. That it's fun. Like Battlefield 1 is so good, bro. And Battlefield 5, I just know I put so little time into Battlefield 5, but I know I didn't. I know I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't think it sucks, but I know I'm not the biggest fan of it. Because I re-downloaded Battlefield 1 and just to play. I re-download Battlefield 1 every now and again just to play it because it's like still so good. It's timeless. I've never gone back to Battlefield 5. Am I still enjoying Rogue Company? Yeah, I play Rogue Company essentially every day. That's another game with a perfect TTK to me. Like, I know people like, whatever reason, people don't like Rogue Company. Rogue Company is like such an amazing game to me because it focuses on gameplay. It focuses on gunplay, right? The abilities come second in Rogue Company. Like, and I need that for multiplayer. I hate multiplayer games where the abilities are the main feature and not the guns. Like that's corny to me. Like if you can use an ability and get like if you can use an ability by itself to essentially get a win, it's kind of corny to me. Like it shouldn't be like that. Abilities should be assistance. It should be an assistance. It shouldn't be your main method of getting a kill or winning. And yeah, there are some abilities in Rogue where you can definitely down somebody with it, but it's still, it's not something unavoidable or necessarily some one shot, you know, overpowered ability or something like that. It's very balanced. And y'all know me. One thing I love, I need in a game is balance. And people can say whatever they want about Rogue. Oh, it doesn't, it doesn't look fun. It's not, it's not whatever. One thing you can't say is that game is not balanced. Play that game. It's probably one of the most balanced games ever because they do all the characters right. It's not one of those games where like, the this character, there's a whole bunch of characters that are like D tier, then there's a few that are B tier, and like, there are some that are S tier. Like besides one character, every one of those characters in that game is bare minimum B tier, bare minimum, and like most of them are A tier, and I would only put a few at S tier. And that's because they actually purposely make all their characters good. Some developers make their, certain characters like weaker than others. And I'm like, you don't have to like nerf and buff if you just make everybody good. If you just make everybody good, then, you don't got to worry about doing all these tweaks and patches and changes and everything like that. So, this is supposed to be starting in 3 minutes. Destiny. I hate Destiny. Another game I hate. I can't stand some Destiny. Destiny's boring to me. Right, whether the single player is boring and the multiplayer. Listen, I don't know what it was. Don't you got like, I don't know the classes in that game, but don't you got some type of like golden gun that you can literally, that it might have 6 shots and you got to use it quickly, but it's like a 1-shot kill? Like, nah, bro, I'm good with that. It's like some type of golden revolver you can 1-shot kill people with in multiplayer. I'm like, that's trash. That is trash. Yeah, that's literally all it takes for me to stop playing a game. Oh, you have an ability where you could like insta kill people? Yeah, I'm off that. I'm off that. I'm good. Oh, I'm very excited for Dying Light 2. Very excited. That studio definitely went through some turmoil and some development hell. Just off the fact that they're releasing that game in December. No studio wants to release a game in December, but they didn't want to. What that's really telling you is they didn't want to delay it into 2022. So they said, "All right, fine, we'll release it in December." But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that game. Let's see what's going on. Still says 3 minutes. I can't believe people said Dying Light 2 is better in co-op. I'm like, what? You mean the game that literally creates atmosphere of being alone and being chased by yourself and creates all this tension in the darkness, and you think that this game is better in co-op? Like, how? Explain to me, how is there tension? How is there any tension or any like feeling of being terrified when you're in co-op? Like you're literally destroying part of the pillars of the game. Well, what's a game? Can you name me one game that was actually scary in co-op? Come on now. There is no such thing as a scary co-op game. It doesn't exist. And even if you don't find games scary, like once you have somebody next to you, the feeling, the edge of your seat, the tense feeling is absolutely gone. Like, if I got somebody next to me and I'm being chased, I'm like, well, I got somebody with me. It's not scary anymore. It's not tense anymore. Like, no. There is no such thing. There's no such thing as being scared when you have somebody next to you. It just doesn't work for me. Like, I need to be alone. I need to be immersed in the fact that there is nobody here to help me. I have no assistance. It is me and mine. And I got to stand on 10 toes by myself to get out of this situation. And I got 10 zombies, 10 niggas about to run down on me. There's no way I'm getting that feeling with somebody next to me. There's just no way. There's no way. There's no way. Bro, how can you be scared with somebody next to you? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Look at movies. Look at movies. Why do you think the most scary parts of movies, they isolate the character? Why do you think they separate the character from everybody else for the scariest scenes in movies? Because they know if we have these two characters together, the feeling of being terrified isn't there. You have to isolate somebody for the feeling of being scared, bro. You have to. The only like exception. Oh, are they really gonna do this? No, stop that. Okay, hold on. I think it's starting. They about to do this overlay. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that trash. Hold on. Oh gosh. Where's IGN? Hold on. I know y'all don't got sound. I know y'all don't got sound. Hold on. I know y'all don't got sound. Give me a second. I should have tested this before. My bad.
Give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go.
I interviewed that guy, by the way, on the channel. Y'all didn't know Paris was hosting? He been said he was hosting.
People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it, but it was the people who made the world the way it is. This city, Villador. They tell me they had a vision. They had hope. But soon, one vision broke into many different ones.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Instead of fighting together, people stood against each
I was looking like an armored bloater.
War broke out.
Was it a little bird?
Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if the gameplay is too loud, by the way. If y'all can still hear me good.
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their
They really called him Laris. Yeah,
I can't
y'all
let
petty.
that happen. At least, not yet. the secrets the city holds.
Fuck! Hey! Still some rats here!
I have to pick a side.
The Bazaar needs good people. You're doing great so far.
I have to make a difference.
Let's check and see.
I turned it up. Why am I clipping?
They say that great change is a series of small gestures. How about this series?
I turned myself down. I was too loud.
Is all hope really gone? We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timon? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me, all those parkour moves that you and your team
Hold on,
has
let me turn
put
the
so
YouTube
much
one
effort
all the way
into.
up.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example by rebounding from their bodies, jumping off them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th.
Pre-ordering right now, sir.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
I'm pre-ordering right now, right after this on Steam. Pre-ordering right after this. I hate when I do hate when developers talk about their game. I'm gonna unmute him in a second, but I hate when developers talk about their game. Like, bro, just play the trailer. We don't need to hear you talk. That game is gonna end up being like top 5 games to me. It's gonna be like top 5 to me. I love the first game. I still think it's very underrated. Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. Okay, they're about to talk about Microsoft Flight Simulator.
It was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the
By the way, I interviewed that guy, the guy on the right. I interviewed him on my channel. You could actually check that out. And I'm going to hit them up for a review code because I interviewed y'all. Y'all need to send me a review code.
highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really. But
All right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on.
That was cringe. I just want to say that was super cringe.
Fans are super excited. They saw the FA-18. They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we, so I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month on
My man got aviator glasses on inside.
this world update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red plane flying into Cologne. Well, we did that because World Update 6 updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains. So the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and those cities look just amazing. They have like 7 centimeters resolution, and it's awesome. But we want to celebrate the entire region, so we picked 100 of the most scenic places.
Hey man, I'm happy for Paris though, bruh. I'm happy for him that he's the Xbox, you know, darling right now. I'm happy they be giving that man work. Okay. I'm gonna keep joking on him. I'm gonna keep roasting him, but I'm happy for his relationship with Xbox.
Having new discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome-looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of Earth. And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. But you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do, you actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or a feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why?
Paris definitely like lectured Smooth the other day because of his profile pic. He's like, listen, you ain't gonna get nowhere with all this fanboy nonsense. You want to be taken serious, sir? I was like, sir, well, why is he talking to Smooth like that? Don't disrespect Smooth. Don't patronize Smooth. Also, Xbox dudes ain't playing this game, bro. This is a PC game. PC dudes are playing Flight Simulator. Xbox dudes not playing this. Xbox dudes demoed Flight Simulator. They didn't play it. They tried it out, put it down. Let's be real.
So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We'll take full scans of the outside and the inside, as detailed as 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can really do this. And then we're working with, for the Junkers, we worked with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers. And he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs. And then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying in the real world. And he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right? Does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really to celebrate this plane, to bring them back to life.
So this is almost like you're creating like a digital museum for aviation inside Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that. Yeah. It's a museum with flyable planes. Yeah. So we're working with 40 museums around the world. And it's honestly one of the funnest parts of the job. You end up working with these curators of planes. These are their babies. And they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world sort of nagging on their remaining planes. And they're...
Real talk, like, how does it feel to be bald, right? When you're bald, do you feel like you're exposed to nature's elements? Like, real question. Like, because I remember even when I've had like low haircuts, or like when you don't have facial hair, do you feel like you're exposed, like you're vulnerable? Is that how? But your head is vulnerable. Is that how it feels? Like Mother Nature could just like go crazy on your head and you have no layer of protection? Is that how it is? Like, this is a real question. Like imagine it rains and like the cold water like going directly into your skull, like seeping into your brain. Like, aren't you like actually more exposed and like more vulnerable to get sick and like and like no real talk, like you're like you have no like layer of protection at all. You gotta wear 2 hoodies in the winter, like off the rip, because you have no hair. Your hair is like insulation. So you're really living a dangerous life when you have no hair. When you're bald, you're living a dangerous life. Like, real talk. I'm never going bald. You can put that on everything. I'm confused. What is it coming soon to? Isn't it out everywhere already? What is it coming soon to?
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour.
Wait,
50
didn't
to
they just do this?
250
What the
feet
heck?
ends of the world. There's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet.
What just happened?
And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that will definitely test your pilot skills.
Oh,
and you
okay.
asked
I
when
thought
is
they
it coming
were-
out?
they were- I thought they was
this is
like-
coming out this fall,
I thought the
so
stream
it's right around the
replayed or
corner.
something.
Oh, that is fantastic. And you know I have the need for speed, so I can't wait to get my hands on this
Hold
and
on.
participate in some of these air races.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
This man just said, I have the need for speed. He actually said that out his mouth? Bro, what is it with bald people and their one-liners? Between Paris and Vin Diesel, why do they get like the corniest lines? You know I have the need for speed. I'm sorry. If Xbox chose me to do this, there's no way I'm agreeing to say that line. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not doing it, bro.
Here I come!
Yep, somehow they did it. They added even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director, and we're going to see what's
I'm excited
next
for Age of the
Sea
Empires
Thieves.
4.
But
Age of Empires
now,
4,
they've
that's
got a
I'm
new
excited about that.
roguelike retro shooter that, in grand retro fashion,
I'm looking
sends you
forward to that.
plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
This looks like indie Doom already. Oh, Okay, okay, I'm digging this. I'm digging this so far. This looks like BioShock Doom. This is BioShock Doom. This is literally what this is. And I'm okay with that. I'm here for it. Okay. Okay. I was digging that. I was digging that. Like an indie BioShock Doom. I'm okay. I'm here for it.
Well, I am here with creative director of World's Edge, Adam Eisgreen. And Adam, I'm so excited to talk H4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing
Age of Empires is one of those games that can literally
game,
consume your life, bro.
You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that, and we've also shown a little bit of our campaign.
So much depth in this game.
Through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
Yes, game. Yes, Blandrew. That game had nuance. That game looked like it had nuance to it. So yes, it looks much more attractive and interesting than Doom. It had nuance and it had sophistication. Sir.
5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called hands-on histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes, I have. We are going to show you the segment on one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I got to see. Let's take a look.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances. At Warwick Castle in England, they've built a replica, one of the largest in the world. Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling.
I'm actually like really interested in stuff like this. Like
to prime, the 6-ton
these are the
weight
type
is
of like
raised using
informational
tread wheels.
like type documentaries like
So
I
this
would
is one of
actually
the
watch on
wheels,
Netflix
one
and
of
stuff
two
like that.
That's attached to an axle.
I like
which would
always
lift
like
the
war
counterweight, weighing 6
and
tons.
machinery type
It's
stuff.
based on muscle power alone.
I always like find this stuff
What's
fascinating.
essential about
Like what's
launching
that
a
show that used to
projectile
come
as far as
on
possible
that don't
is
come on
making
no
sure that
more?
This end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once
Deadliest
that weight
Warrior, bro.
drops,
They
it
need
really
to
sends this
they need to
point of
bring
the arm
Deadliest Warrior
moving
back.
at its highest
Like
velocity.
Deadliest Warrior needs to come back,
This
bro.
was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight.
This is
and
literally
by
a
launching the
History Channel
projectile from a
documentary or
When
episode going on
released,
right now.
The sling whips round, vastly
But so
increasing
far,
the launch speed.
this does seem very PC. This seems
Trebuchets
like
were carefully
it's very
aimed,
PC
like modern guns.
focus right now. But you know, PC
In order
is the
to
focus
weaken
of
the castle
Xbox right
walls or
now.
even
You know,
breach
PC
them,
dudes
you had to make sure
get
that the
treated like
projectiles
first class
hit the same
citizens at
spot every
Xbox.
single time.
For
So,
each
I'm okay with
projectile
that.
to follow the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape. To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of 2 men.
I was about to say
Trebuchets were
something
also
inappropriate.
used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies. Anything to cause
They used to be
maximum
throwing
distress to the
beehives at
enemy.
niggas. Imagine you at war and they threw a beehive at you.
Did you hear
Like,
that?
nigga,
The
what are we
whoosh?
doing here?
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
That was your promotion, like for Age 4? Just that? Come on,
You know,
y'all gonna
say,
show some actual
Trouble,
gameplay, right?
Don't care, because that is awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things when we were looking at what we were going to do with Age of Empires 4, there's a phrase I'm really fond of, which is history is only as interesting as the people who taught it to you. And you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC and won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and, you know, get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now, you also, of course,
Y'all
you've
boring
got
the
a
people,
bunch, as
though.
you mentioned, of these hands-on history segments. Anything else that you can tell us fans about what we can expect, looking forward to?
We don't want to hear from y'all. We just want to see gameplay.
Well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery.
Okay.
And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about in that one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about them is that they go all over the place. So, you know, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when she shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on, you know, like illuminated history and falconing and, you know, like horse taming, armor creation. And there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign, in the game.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys... Age of Empires, always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way. And I also love to mention this to people, that you and the team do so much research. And it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But, I mean, what was that approach like to sort of, you know, sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do, is try to tell these stories in a different way. But I'll tell you, like, full disclosure, it's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before in a game, right? We're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun. And finding that middle ground has been really challenging. And, you know, every time we've tried to show, we've shown the campaigns or we've shown
They still
these
haven't
histories,
shown.
I've been like, oh God, is it gonna work? Like, people are going to like
They've
this.
talked for
And
like
the
4
great thing
minutes
is
and
so
haven't
far,
shown any
everyone that's
gameplay,
really
which is
experienced
absolutely
the entire
insane. How do
thing
you
put
talk about a
together
game and you
have just
don't
been like,
even
wow, this is
you
great.
don't
And
lead
it's so
with
different
gameplay?
and
You
kinda
don't put
cool and
gameplay in the
refreshing.
middle? Like maybe
So,
I'm sure they're gonna put it
so
at the
far,
end.
so good, right?
They're gonna show us some
But,
gameplay
yeah,
at the end, but
it's
I'm
been
like,
a
bro,
journey
you
to
should
get
have
all
led
this
with the
done and put the whole
gameplay.
game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned Journey, because we are coming towards the end
Oh my
of
gosh.
this development journey for
Yes.
Age 4. Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, you know, October 28th, we are launching the game.
October 28th.
You can go to
Let me
ageofempires.com
see.
to learn more about
see,
the title.
Age
And
of
if you're
Empires is
really
one of those
excited,
games you
right
can
now,
lose
you
your
can go
life
onto
to.
the Microsoft
So
Store
I
or
need to
Steam,
make sure
pre-order the game right now.
that there's no
And
other
of course,
games
we will be
launching
there
around
day
that
one,
time.
Xbox Game Pass for PC
They
as
better
well.
show some
so
gameplay.
anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing.
Let me see
But-
video game
Yes,
release.
I believe you are a part of something
But-
very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now, we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2
Let me see
and
what's
an
coming
extended
up.
look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming
No,
is
it's
already
only
available
Guardians
on
of the
Windows
Galaxy,
PC,
which I'm
mobile
not
phones,
playing.
and tablets.
Ooh, Battlefield
And now
2042
it's
comes
coming
out
to
a week
Xbox
before,
consoles.
though.
The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. no waiting to install,
I could
no
play both
running
of
out of
those,
hard drive
you know,
space,
at the same
no
time,
waiting
though.
to patch, and no
That's
buying a
fine.
new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future, where you can pick up something and you could play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
It's a 90-minute show? Damn. Well, I got a meeting at... They started at 1, right? So that means it's going to end at 2:30.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, I got a work meeting at 2:30, so... Perfect timing.
Games are large,
and
you
yeah,
want
I don't
to
know
keep
why
the
they didn't
ones
show
that you know
gameplay.
you
That's
love
weird.
on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know
I
me
don't want to
in
hear about
particular,
cloud gaming.
sometimes I
Cloud
just have
gaming
20
is
minutes.
trash. No matter how much y'all try
It
to
should
like
be as easy as
convince
finding
people
the game
that it's
you
good
look
and
for
it's
on your
viable
console
and it's playable. It
just jumping right in.
sucks.
We're targeting 1080p
sucks.
at 60 frames per second.
First of all,
What's crazy
okay,
about
this
this
man's
is
at
like the
1080p.
latency.
He said 1080p.
This is the kind of stuff.
He said 1080p. Who playing no games at 1080p in 2021? What are we doing here? 1080p? I'm not playing no 1080p game on PC or a console. I'm not doing that. Miss Man said 1080. That's crazy. You know how bad 1080p looks on a 4K screen? Woo! Oh, my bad. I muted the sound.
Let people play.
I muted
when
the
they want
sound.
to.
I mean, they're not saying
Sign
that
me up.
important. They're just
I'm
talking
ready
about
for
cloud
gaming right
gaming.
now.
So
Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it release?
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series S and X. With beautiful and rich visuals, thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates,
I had to play a
this is
game
the perfect
through
opportunity
cloud.
to relive
I had to
Senua's
play a
journey
game remotely
or
through cloud
experience
recently.
it for the
I can't
first
talk
time.
about it, but
and if you haven't played
it was
this,
terrible.
do
It looked
yourself
terrible.
a favor,
It was 1080p.
grab a pair of
It was
headphones
blurry.
and immerse yourself into
It was
this world.
laggy. It was bad.
Agreed. Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Ain't nobody care about this.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right you are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Holy detonation is life. Deep within Cheyenne Mountain, we've changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you. Set on a righteous path. The Holy Detonation's life-giving glow should be shared with everyone. May the light of the Holy Detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age.
Man,
to really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with inXile game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So in the trailer,
I forgot
we saw
Xbox
that the
even bought
DLC
these
is
dudes.
coming out on October 5th.
Like,
But we know, inXile, Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working
does anybody really be
nonstop,
checking
full
for their
tilt,
games?
trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've been doing with Wasteland 3. Now, this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the
these
Holy
type of games,
Detonation,
like,
which is
the
this
XCOM
pre-war
type
science
games, but,
experiment that they worship as a
Wasteland
god.
plays a little bit differently.
These cultists are insane, they're mutated,
I think I
they've
did
gone
try it
totally
out, but I didn't
mad.
like it.
And all they want to do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past. But this is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up, right?
Right,
Wait,
right.
what?
So you and your ranger team insert
Are we
yourself
just gonna,
right
like,
smack dab in the middle
fast
of their
forward
holy
and
war,
slide
which,
past what he
could
just
go
said?
wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything.
That's a
Choice and
weird joke
consequence.
to make. That's a very weird joke to make.
Who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado. This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last
does he
expansion
mean
was the Battle of
cults he's
Steeltown,
joined
right?
in the
You had
game? 'Cause
giant
can you
robots
join
and things
cults
like
in the
that.
game?
So, what are you going to do
Or is he
to actually top
or
something
is
like
he
that
talking
from the
about in
last
real
expansion?
life? Like that? 'Cause
Right. So we
if
want
he's talking about in real life, that's a very
returning players
weird
to find something that they
joke to
could
make.
never find in another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there, you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting
That's
these
very
crazy
weird.
cultists who have been locked in this like pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
That's awesome. I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now combat doesn't end until the mission is over.
He said
send
the
you
cult
on
of
proper
bald.
combat missions.
Yo, wild.
You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals.
I mean,
You are splitting your
I don't
fire
know.
team.
I don't know. Maybe
and
there's cults in the
coordinating
game
like
that you have to
never
join.
have had to before.
I'm going to give him
Like,
the benefit of
everyone
the
on your
doubt that
team has
he's
a
talking
job,
about
and I
that.
really think this is going to take old players who know their Ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging like mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun and silly. Like inXile's modus operandi is if we're like brainstorming and something makes us laugh, we just put it in the game. That's just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. Because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us.
This guy kind of looked
And
like
so we got
Steven
to
Seagal's
explore,
son.
like really letting you get deep
Like
into
if-
this like
I don't know,
weird
does
radiation
Steven Seagal have a son?
and let you interact with
This
them and
man
talk
looked
with
like
them. and tell stories and like maybe
Kind of look like
even
if
join
Steven
them.
Seagal's son was a
and
nerd.
so, like for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got like claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like you meet him and he's like, "Hey guys, you should like come in here and like soak up some of these rads. It'll be great." And he Sherpas you in and lets you
He's
meet the
definitely
whole
passionate
cult.
about
And,
his
like,
own
and
game,
another
though.
one of my
I give
favorites
him
is
that.
the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross. And
Y'all remember the kid from Toy Story who like cut his toys up and made like horror movie versions of them and like performed surgery on them to like put them together? This guy is giving me those vibes.
devolved cultists. Like there's one guy and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me vibe about him. We get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but you know, the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Oh, I can imagine. Now, we talked before, you've been working on Wasteland 3 for a while. There's already expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new
Jared
player,
Fogle
say
from
I'm
Subway.
watching this right now and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it. And then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we've talked about, you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can
Do they
we pick
understand
up
that people have a very
Right,
short
this work of
attention
passion
span?
comes out on
And people just want to see
October 5th.
gameplay and
We're
not really
stoked.
That is awesome. So this is
talking
the cult.
talking
of the
about a
Holy
game,
of the Holy
right?
Detonation.
Detonation.
Speaking
coming
about
October
it,
5th. David, thank
at a
you so much for
showcase
doing
has
this.
to
Thanks,
be the
Rich.
most
Appreciate it.
ineffective method
In the 3
of
years
getting,
since its launch,
like,
Sea
your-
of Thieves has played host to
of
some
getting the
incredible
message across to a
crossovers,
gamer.
including
It's
unique
so
chipsets
ineffective.
inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more.
Unless you're telling somebody just hard facts about a game, like talking about it does nothing for the gamer if we're not looking at it. So it's like so pointless.
Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
Oh boy, Sea of Thieves. Y'all know what time it is.
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom event. And we were thinking, what's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves? And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen, a really, really cool ship that's inspired by Borderlands, into Sea of Thieves, and we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life, and giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved, but if you head to Larina at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome
It must be so
carnival
tiring
event.
pretending
So it
to be an
starts today,
Xbox fan for
and it runs
Blandrew
through to September the 7th.
and
so
other
that's the
people.
time period
Because there's
you've got
some
to get
people
your
who
hands on
like
the Mayhem
just
ship
are
set.
pretending to be
And I think that's
Xbox
it from me.
fans.
So as
It
always,
must be
I will see
so
you on the
hard on
seas.
you. Because let's be very clear, Blandrew is not an Xbox fan. No matter how much he pretends. Is this Life is Strange? No, it's not. Is that Saints Row? No.
It's always been a dangerous world in Trumbull Valley.
I just said two very different games. Like, how do I go from
But
Life is
now,
Strange to Saints Row?
It's hope.
Like that's a very.
That
Oh, this
brings
is
us back together.
Oh, it's what's his name? Okay, now I recognize it. It's what's that game? That
It
trash
reunites
zombie
old
game.
friends. It builds new bonds.
Yeah, no.
And in the face of a growing threat,
State of Decay. Yeah, that one. State of Decay.
is the greatest weapon we have.
I have questions. Look at her face while she's running. It's the most non-emotional, like it has literally no emotion on her face. She's running for her life with just this monotone look on her face. Like what? Just
Welcome back to Trumbull Valley.
hold on, I'm confused. I have questions. Didn't they overhaul this game, like put it on a brand new engine and everything? Like, just why does it still look like the same game? Why does it still look like Oh, this is State of Decay 2. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought this was State of Decay 3. Okay, my bad. So State of Decay 3 is still in development. This is just DLC for State of Decay 2. Okay, I got it.
For Heartland, the update back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open-world map. It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then, would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right. So the events in Heartland kind of play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the 3rd part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find.
Super Monkey Ball will save us. Landry, if you don't cut it out,
the
sir.
Trumbull Valley that players might remember.
Super
so that's gonna be
Monkey
exciting.
Ball.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who sees that second pun of the day.
Hey,
that
old
works out
Benji,
great.
if you don't
Let's
relax.
talk about the State of Decay community because it's absolutely.
This man Benji said this white girl is thick. Where? Benji, you just horny, bro. That's all. You just horny. Everybody's thick to you. Literally everything and everyone is thick to Benji. This man just horny 24/7. This man said thick. Where? Her forehead? If you talking about her forehead, then maybe.
Have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has
Boy,
10
just
million
horny.
lifetime
Boy, just
players.
a freak.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That is
Really grateful.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at
Thank
Undead
you.
Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
My pleasure.
You'll love
Now
it.
we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Strayblade.
Look like something on a Unity engine. Look like a mobile game, kinda.
In Strayblade, you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Strayblade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, Game Director at Point Blank Games, and today I will show you Strayblade. Strayblade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji.
Like Puss in
Unveil the
Boots.
history of the Forgotten Valley, master the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit
Like
your
that
playstyle.
execution.
Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world, bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places. Change is part of your journey, where every victory impacts the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward. Enemy skills stay dead, new foes invade camps that you weakened, and when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights. We hope you enjoyed the first look at Strayblade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
Yeah, ain't nobody buying that.
Next up, one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience to a controller.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy experience to my comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3, now coming to Xbox consoles.
I actually want to get into this game. I want to try it out. I've never tried it out.
My
But people have
son,
told me like you
we
can do
must
crazy things in this
never
game.
Forget the crimes committed against us. Your
People have described it as like almost like Game of Thrones. This is definitely a PC show though. This is a PC show. You can't tell me no different.
understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors. With daggers, not swords. Only the small-minded measure success across the span of a single life. The real game is played across generations. You see, real strategy requires cunning,
I don't like Western RPGs, but this one seems a little bit different.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird?
Man,
Exactly
get
that kind
this
of weird.
trash
Which
outta
means I am
here.
so excited for Psychonauts to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
Y'all ain't no
really is something
Psychonauts
special about
fans.
Psychonauts, isn't it?
Capping.
It really is indeed. Now, think about this. 2005, when Psychonauts originally came out, was a different time for gaming. Most of the biggest games that year, we're talking Resident Evil 4, Battlefield 2,
Oh, you
Call
mean
of
better
Duty
games?
2.
Yeah. Better
They
games,
were great
yeah.
games,
Yeah.
for sure. But they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile,
Hey, yo.
Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity.
Yo, why it sound like Blandrew wrote that? If he said charm and personality, I would be like, yo, Blandrew, why you ghost wrote for this man? That literally sounded like Blandrew was his ghostwriter, bro. Personality, charm.
Here, enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
It was whimsical. Man, get this out of here, man. Get this out of here. Mid. Corny. Lame. What is this? What is this? This is y'all king? Hideous. What is with these visuals?
My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern.
Why was she wearing the outfit that Bond had for New
Day on
Year's?
the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
This is it. This is the heat that y'all talking about. This is the heat
Forget
that
everything I
y'all
taught you about
claim I should try out. This is the heat that people saying, oh, this could be game of the year. Man, if y'all don't stop this cap.
You did what?
Why her shoulders so broad?
Can we just... No.
Quit picking on the new kid. We were all
Her
new
shoulders like
once.
an helicopter, like an
I've got
airplane,
eyes on the target,
like airplane wings.
and I've got eyes on me.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
Xbox dudes is not playing this. Please believe. Listen, they can fool other people. I'm not fooled. Xbox dudes, I guarantee you. Xbox dudes is not playing Psychonauts like that. They do not care about this franchise. Psychonauts might be the most irrelevant thing owned by Xbox that Xbox dudes do not care about. Trust me, they don't. I know the Xbox audience. They do not care about no damn Psychonauts. This is not their type of game.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know. The meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago,
She Googled that.
Tim Schafer and Lizette Teatree Montgomery. I am definitely dating
Tim
myself,
Scha-
but you all welcome from Double Fine Productions. Thank you so
Tim
much for
Schafer's
being
a
here. Tim,
bozo.
can you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans.
I am
meant a lot
happy
to
a
them.
black
So we
woman
really
is their
wanna be
art
true to
director.
The spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be a kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be?
Could you imagine jumping into Benji's mind?
You get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection.
Nigga, big
and when he
old
goes in, he
freak.
gets to fight those monsters
Literally
and help
everything
people deal
he
with
thinks
their
about.
nightmares and wrestle with their
It would be a
demons.
disgusting place
and so
jumping
there's a
into
ton of
Benji's
variety,
mind.
And there's a lot
He
of
literally
anything goes. We
thinks
can go to
everything
any
is
location, We
thick.
can have any art style.
Anything
and coming
on
up with,
2,
new
4,
levels
8
for the
legs, he
second
thinks
game
he
was,
thinks it's
really
thick.
fun to do.
So
Well,
it would be
I
a
loved it
very
from the first game, certainly.
repulsive,
Let's talk a little bit
toxic,
about how that kind
filthy
of
place to
concept
be in
expresses
Benji's
itself
mind.
in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got
Let me
all over
inform
the
you,
place,
in
I'm
case
sure.
you don't know, Benji is literally, he is the sole provider of NSFW content in like every Discord he's in. Him alone keeps NSFW very active. He is the supplier. He is the plug, okay? That man is a freak. He is never satisfied. We be making fun of Jack because Jack be on like page 235 of Pornhub. Okay, listen, Benji be on page 900, okay? And he's looking for more. He's conquering all these websites. That boy's a freak.
There are our favorites, and they are definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts and some new enemies. There's our lovely censor. Also some regrets, some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our enabler here. He is our, it energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
Including the new bad mood.
Including the bad mood.
Which is
it's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way, wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Hey, yo.
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of
always
skills.
looking for
One
brain,
being
huh?
the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's
Can
a
we stop
powerful
talking
psychic.
about this
So he can
mid-game?
levitate objects. He can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis. He has these powers, which people might recognize from the first game, as well as 3 new powers for the second game. He has the ability to mentally connect thoughts together, and he can connect 2 thoughts and actually connect 2 thoughts together to solve puzzles and to navigate in this game. He has the power of time bubble, which is just change and slow down how things are moving by changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be part of an organization, and now perhaps he's part
like
of a
this
whole
game got a
organization
real
at this
story?
point. And
Okay,
are there
that's what
other
we
brain
doing? All
agents,
right,
other
cool.
Psychonauts out there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus?
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down
Right
at
at
the bottom.
Yeah, so earn his way back to the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer camp. And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of a circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and
Just
some
got
of
to
them are even
sign some more
psychic.
work.
And so a lot of their story gets told in this
Damn.
game, including their backstory and how it relates
it's
to
easy.
the foundation of
I
the
can't complain.
Psychonauts themselves.
Not like my job is
Well,
super
I like
hard.
that, and of course, as you might know
I just hate
already,
when
I'm
I'm
sold.
sent
But
more
you, of
work.
course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
Hey, yo, she a freak.
You can
Beefy,
get back to
meaty
the beef,
revenge?
and play Psychonauts 2 on August
Okay,
25th
all right.
on Xbox
Everybody
Game
got to
Pass and
relax. They
There
are
it is.
wilding on this
Lizette,
stream right now
Tim, Double
with these
Fine, thank you
sexual
so much. And
innuendos. They
you know
gotta
what?
relax.
Extend a huge congratulations to
They
everyone at
gotta
Double
chill.
Fine
Tim,
on the launch of
Tim
Psychonauts
Schafer
2.
about to catch a lawsuit and
Thank
an
you so much. We're
accusation.
excited.
This man
Thank you.
flirting with this woman
And you
live
can catch
on
more of Tim Schafer and ask him those
Gamescom,
burning
bro.
questions about the newest game in the fan favorite
Big old
franchise
freaks.
in our Xbox Play stream tomorrow. But first, we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely
didn't Blaine Drew wanna see
satisfying
this?
4K 60 trailer for The Gunk.
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't cover alien storm damage. You have to be careful out there.
The Gunk's eating everything here. This planet is literally a paradise when the Gunk's gone. Bex. Oh, please, Bex.
I'm still not like super impressed by this game, no matter how much I see it. I don't know.
We have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world.
You don't play no Flight Simulator, Paris.
I was staring daggers of jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I don't even want to hear it.
That's true, but it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you. Be excited.
There's construction going on outside my place, so you might hear some knocking. By the way, you couldn't pay me enough to be fake on these shows, like these fake laughs and like just to be faking excitement. Oh, I can't wait to play this game. Oh, it's so invigorating to play this game. It's so just outstanding. It's special. It's like, man, it's incredible. Like, man, y'all gotta relax.
Done here.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2018's breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon 4, arrives on November 9th on Xbox consoles, Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and cloud, and of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/.
Like, yo, I'm pretty dry and like boring when it comes to my own stuff. You think I could be fake for somebody else? Like, I can barely even hype myself for my own content. Like, come on, man. There's no way I could do it for somebody else. Like, I'm just dry and monotone, like, by nature. I definitely can't fake it for somebody else. I don't think I could. Especially for games I don't care about. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this game's coming out. Go buy it. It's fire. Nobody would believe me. And I took plenty of public speaking courses in college, so it's like I know how to do it, but I can't do it because that was part of my major. Is, you know, you have to know how to speak publicly, you know, and I definitely can. I could speak to any audience. Don't get me wrong, but do I want to? Do I want to be fake? Are they really teasing more Xbox controllers? Cut it out. Oh, this is Forza. It's the it's the Forza controller. It looked like a circus jizzed all over that controller. That's what it looks like. A box of Crayola just like jizzed all over that thing.
Charlie here, and I'm at Playground Games
Whoa.
with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta.
Hold on. You gotta warn us. You can't just pop somebody on screen with this bright ass, yellow beehive hair, bro. Oh Lord, like what is this? You gotta warn us, bro. Like they came out of nowhere. Oh, Captain Crunch coated hair. Like, come on, bro. You gotta warn us.
Love it. And there's so much we do want to show the fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom.
Be advised, I'm not making fun of her look. No, I'm not making fun of her looks. It was her hair. It caught me off guard. Like, I'm not making fun of her looks. Let's put that on record, okay? Bledger, you know Benji gonna say, oh, she thick as hell, dog. She mad thick. Bruh, she thicker than the Snickers to Benji. You see the way Benji excited about them boots she wearing. She got that them polka dots dress she got on and that ID at Xbox shirt. Bruh. Benji going off at the crib right now.
Ray tracing is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look more true to real life.
Don't be quiet now, Benji. We know what's
the
up.
Smallest of
we know
details
what you're thinking.
As you travel throughout the world.
Benji ready to risk it all. He's like, I would do disgusting
Exciting
and
overview. I
horrible
cannot
things
wait.
to that
And next
woman.
up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting
With
for
consent,
the most.
of course.
Mike, what exactly is that?
Respectfully.
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5, featuring the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Let's do it, yeah.
Benji want to lick the back of that girl's kneecaps. You ready to risk everything. That boy Benji would sip her bathwater through a straw. Oh yeah, and you know, Benji got a bad teeth fetish. You know, some British people be having bad teeth. You know, they be having that, like them 3 yellow teeth and that 1 tooth missing in the front. Oh yeah, that makes Benji's soldier stand right up.
So what I want to know is why those 2 cars were chosen and what players can expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost 1-to-1 from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, you know, that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
My guy looked like he got a lowrider parked right outside the studio. He got the lowrider parked right outside, dog.
Stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check?
I know his favorite artist is E40. I know his favorite artist is E40. You can tell, you can just look at his eyes. He can't wait to get in the low. I don't give a damn about Forza Horizon, but this joint be looking fire. They got you racing near a volcano, my guy. Like, put some respect on Forza Horizon, even though I'll never buy it. And of course, these streams never do it justice because them 4K streams, bruh, I almost nutted when I watched the 4K stream of Forza Horizon, bro. Like, it's like visual porn, bro. It's literal visual detailed porn, dog. Hey, let me put on the record that I have I like have virtually no knowledge of like Bay art. My wife is from the Bay. She's from, you know, Cali, and like she know about like art. Is Snoop not from the Bay? I don't know. Is Long Beach considered the Bay? I don't, you know. He's from Long Beach. I don't know if that's the Bay. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't know what's the bay and what's. I have no idea. I don't know what's.
We have the stunning Mercedes AMG 1 at full speed across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
Horizon, this is Mexico. We've already had cars falling out of the sky, but all eyes are on the superstar making their way to the festival right now. If you've just arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you are in for a treat, my friend. Get ready for the biggest Horizon adventure of your life.
Like, I just like looking at this game. Like, I just like looking at this game, literally. Like, I have no desire to play it, but just looking at it, seeing people play it, it's just aesthetically pleasing. Just to look at it. Woo! Oh, that's it? Okay, perfect timing, because I got a work meeting in about 5 minutes. Okay, well, that is it. That's it, y'all. What are y'all thoughts? First of all, hit that like button. Would appreciate that before y'all go. Serving up y'all content, helping y'all get through boring Gamescom streams and stuff. You know, a little appreciation would be good. Hit that like button. I'm not really gonna judge this live stream because wasn't really expecting much, and it's Gamescom. Like they made get this man off my screen. First of all, okay, that's number one. Like, not that I have any problem with Ryan McCaffrey, great guy. Love listening to Beyond, not Beyond. I said Beyond. Xbox. What's their damn podcast called on IGN? The Xbox one, because I actually never listened to Beyond. I got terrible memory, but the Xbox one is fire. I like listening to it. I like Ryan McCaffrey, but I'm about to promote this man. Yeah, I don't really judge this. It's Gamescom. They made it clear they wasn't about to like show anything special. It wasn't going to be no special reveal or nothing like that. Yeah, Unlocked is fire. I really like that podcast. Yeah, so I wasn't expecting much. So I don't think it's really much to rate. It's just. It was like kind of like an update and showing us more content on everything we've seen before, with maybe a few games with some new gameplay, like the Gunk and that BioShock Doom game. What is it? Inside the Pit. So, yeah. So, and that's about it, man. Do I think Halo's coming out this year? Listen, man, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, I keep saying it. I think the multiplayer is absolutely coming out this year. That campaign, though, I think that campaign, especially with the backlash that it's getting about the lack of co-op, maybe they still push the campaign to next year. I think people, I really don't think that's a bad idea, man. Like, you know, like, I think it's possible. I think it's possible we get that free-to-play multiplayer and that single player another time. We still don't got a release date. I didn't expect them to say it here, though. I didn't expect that. Yeah, I didn't think they would give that to Gamescom. They gonna hold that in the tuck and, like, I don't know, release a video to announce the release date or have a little small event. I don't know. Yeah. I'm about I'm about to go off. Why? Oh, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but I got a work meeting, y'all. So appreciate everybody stopping by. Shout out to y'all. Go check out the last video I uploaded. It's a weapon wheel clip. I don't think there's anything else I need to make. Yeah, listen, if y'all on Twitter see something I need to make a video about that I ain't made a video about, you know, hit me up. Let me know, because, you know, I'm back active making videos again. I'm out here. So, yeah, hit me up, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. Peace. All right. Is there going to be any other Gamescom live streams worth co-streaming, doing a live reaction for? Sony not doing one. Nintendo's not doing nothing, right? I don't know if there's going to be another one. If there's another one worth co-streaming, then I'll co-stream that. But till then, we out. Peace.